Asking me, what is marketing, Gatewood? I hear you use that term all the time. You have it in the title of your company. I hear people talking about it. They talk about marketing. They talk about advertising. They don't know the difference. Well, today let's clear that up. Marketing is one of those things that some people call it a science. Some call it an art. Well, it's actually a hybrid of science and art. We'll call it a soft science today, because there is some scientific attributes to marketing. It's not all smoke and mirrors. It's not voodoo witchcraft. Some people think marketing is the folks that call you at lunchtime when you're trying to eat dinner, selling your aluminum siding. Some people have all these misconceptions about what marketing is. Well, let's clear that up today. Well, first of all, from a definition standpoint, it's all the aspects that it takes to identify, enhance, and maintain the demand for a product and service. And you have to be better than your competition at identifying and then serving the needs and wants of target audiences. Now, target is the operative word here. First thing I'm going to tell you today is that everybody is not your customer. Man, that's where I have to fight my clients. I have to roll up my sleeve, put on my boxing gloves, because everybody is not your client. People walk in the door, they all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Hey, Mr. Gatewood, I want to sell to everybody. I don't want to discriminate against anyone. That's a good objective, but it's a terrible marketing strategy. One, because everybody is not your customer. So this is what I do. I ask them point blank. Okay, let me ask you this. If everybody's your customer, let's see here. What about homeless people? Are they your customer? They say, okay, everybody except homeless people. I don't want them. I say, okay, what about newborn babies? Okay, everybody except newborn babies. Babies don't have any money, so not them. Okay, how about people in Uzbekistan? Oh, they're too far away, don't want them. This can go on and on and on until we realize that, no, instead of trying to identify who is not your customer, let's just turn this thing around and say, who is my customer? That's the first thing about marketing. And we identify these customers through a whole series of process, including talking about profiling, demographics, geographics, psychographics, left brain, right brain, consumer adoption process, industry life cycles, the 5 reasons people buy, and so forth. That's another lesson for another day. But today we're going to talk about how to quantify marketing. Marketing there is some scientific nature to marketing. Now there's 2 acronyms I'm going to give you today. You need to understand these 2. If you get these 2, understand these 2, then you have a basic understanding of what marketing entails. The first one is CPA. Now, most of us, when we say CPA, you're thinking about the guy that does your books. You say, I know what CPA is. That's a certified public accountant. Well, it stands for that too. But it also stands for cost per acquisition. Every customer that ever crosses your threshold has a cost. You might not know what it is, but if you plan to be successful, I advise you, you better start figuring out what it is. Every customer has a cost. I'll give you an example. Let's just say you spend $1,000 on an advertising campaign. $1,000. You got 10 customers. You divide 10 into 1,000. Your cost per acquisition is $100. Simple math. You spend 1,000. You got 10 customers. Your cost per acquisition is $100. So that means you spend $100 to get that one customer. That's called cost per acquisition, or CPA. Now, let's just say that that person came into your shop. Let's say you have a hair salon, and the person came in and spent $75. And you say to yourself, wow, I spent $100 to get this customer. They came in and spent only $75. Let me call that advertising company and give them a piece of my mind. I only got $75 for the $100 I spent. Well, let me tell you something, folks. When it comes to marketing, that is a rookie mistake. Because of this next acronym I'm going to introduce you to. That's called LTV. And that's not LTD. That's Jeffrey Osborne. People say I look like that guy, Jeffrey Osborne. He used to sing that song, we both deserve each other's love. Okay, I can't sing like him. The song Stranger, he was with this group LTD. Anyway, enough about him. But anyway, we're not talking about LTD, we're talking about LTV. Stands for lifetime value. That's another variable, another number you need to be familiar with. LTV, how much money is this client going to spend with you over the course of your relationship with them? And we usually kind of round it off after a year, because some people come for less than a year, some come more than a year, but let's just say a year is the average. How much money are they going to spend in a year? Let's go back to that hair salon. The person spent $100 to get that customer. Person came in the door, spent 75 bucks, and you saying to yourself, I just lost 25 bucks. Well, to a non-marketer, that may be the case, but because you are a marketer and you understand the metrics, you know that that process has just begun. Let's just say that same customer came to get that, whatever you get for 75 bucks at a hair salon, rinse, wrap, hairdo, weave, I don't know. But anyway, whatever it is, if it's 75 bucks and you do it once a month for 12 months, that is $900. So now, your $100 investment of your CPA has now yielded you $900. This thing starts to look a little better now all of a sudden, right? It's starting to look a little better. But the process has just begun. Because I know for a fact you're going to provide excellent service. You're going to exceed expectations, and you're going to get that person to come back not only once a month for a year, they're also going to tell at least 2 people because your service is so great. So now that 900 bucks has blossomed to 900 plus 900, that's 1800, plus another 900 to $2,700. So you spent only $100 and got yourself $2,700 in return. Now, you're starting to think like a marketer. You're starting to think like a marketer. Let me tell you something, folks. The big companies understand this. They understand not only the acquisition, they also understand this lifetime value. That's why you ask yourself, why does a company like McDonald's have to advertise day in and day out? Why is Apple advertising? Why is Harley Davidson advertising? They're advertising because they understand these metrics of lifetime value. They understand the referral process. They understand repeat business. And you had better understand it too if you plan to be a viable, profitable company. This is not an option. This is not discretionary. This is a requirement for any company that plans to succeed. Cost per acquisition, that's how much you spend to get the customer, and lifetime value. What does that person spend once they come into your threshold? Okay? Marketing, folks, let me tell you, it's a serious business. Don't just sit around and say, look, well, I've run a few ads, I've put up a couple of posters, sent out a couple of emails, I joined Facebook. Have those metrics in mind. Cost per acquisition, lifetime value. You play those numbers right, success and profitability is yours. Your cost per acquisition should always be coming down. Your lifetime value should always be going up. You get the two mixed up, you get them switched, you're out of business. Folks, that's going to wrap it up for me today. My name is Robert Gatewood. You can find me every Friday on the Marketing Pulpit radio show over at Radio 1. Go to marketingpulpit.com. You'll see my smiley face. You can also download this podcast later on the website, and you'll see some of the other stories, posts that I've done on the website pertaining to marketing. So you can also find me on gatewoodmarketing.com, and you can also find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, just about everywhere. Just Google the name Robert Gatewood and you will see my smiley face. Folks, I love you. I will see you next time with the next marketing tip